Hello everyone! Welcome to Pantomiming Jazzercise. I'm Michael, your host. Today we're going to be talking about the SDAIE strategy of pantomiming. SDAIE stands for Specifically Designed Academic Instruction in English. Pantomiming is designed so students are able to physically act out portions of a story read to them. It is also known as TPI, Total Physical Involvement. It allows students to kinesthetically understand specific words in English, and they're able to use their hands and their feet and their body to understand exactly what specific words and specific thoughts in a story mean. There are 3 specific ways you're able to use pantomiming in your classroom. Version 1 divides your classroom into groups of 4, and one student in each group is able to read to the rest of the students and they act out a portion of the story. Version 2 is very similar. It divides your classroom into groups of 4, but this time the teacher is reading the story to the entire classroom and specific groups are acting out specific portions of the story. Version 3 divides the classroom again into groups of 4. The teacher reads the story and the 4 students from each group will pantomime or tableau a specific either page or section of the story. So rather than specific actions being created for the story, they're acting out either a specific page and kind of creating a tableau or a freeze version of a single page or a portion of the story. Before we do any examples of pantomiming, we need to do some basic warm-ups. It's very important to make sure your muscles are very warm and active before you do any athletic activity like reading to children. So let's start with some basic warm-ups. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and breathe in. And we're going to breathe back out. And breathe in again. And we're going to do some sun salutations, so go ahead and say hello to the sun. And put your hands down at your heart. We're going to go ahead and do some flat back stretches, so go ahead and breathe back in. And we're going to go ahead and do this. And make sure your back is completely flat. And then go ahead and touch your fingers to the floor, or maybe your toes, or even your shins. And just kind of dangle there for a few hours. And get back up slowly. And there we go. Now it's time for a demonstration of version 2 of pantomiming. And I'm going to be reading an excerpt from The 12 Princesses. Feel free to follow along with my motions or do your own motions.
Once upon a time, there was a king who had 12 of the most beautiful daughters in all the land. The king was very protective of his daughters, so every night when they went to bed, the king ordered that the doors be locked and the 2 guards posted outside the room at all times. Despite this, every morning when the room was opened again, the princesses' shoes were always worn through, and it was as though they had been dancing through the night. None of the king's wisest men could figure out how this happened or where the daughters had been. So in today's episode, we learned that a SDAIE strategy is a specifically designed academic instruction in English. We learned that pantomiming is designed for a student or teacher to read a text aloud while other students react to the story by creating hand motions or miming the actions. We learned that pantomiming benefits ELL students by allowing them to engage kinesthetically the meanings of words and ideas. And we also demonstrated version 2 of pantomiming. Thank you for watching today's installment of Pantomime Jazzercise. Bye-bye!